on this room. That's what I be doing. No, I just y'all said
from London to the Queen. It's hammer, gold hammer, every hammer, dirty hammer. And the rest is on its way to festive.
10, 9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
How many people you know can take it this far?
All right, so tonight we are we are live actually from 7 Sports Bar. So for the first time, you'll be able to see us live and in action when we are here. I won't be on camera myself. I'll be behind the scenes communicating live with you all while we get everybody up there down here so we can get rolling. So you're going to be on the couch, Dudley. So you guys are actually watching how it looks when we are here live at 7 Sports Bar. Mika gonna be up there too? You just gonna be you, Sherry, and Dudley? So you're gonna need Ian up there with you then. It's gonna have to be 4 y'all. Well, here in the crowd. Okay. All right, well, we live. Waiting on you. I don't need one. All right, so tonight we're asking everyone to chime in as we are talking about revitalizing the nightlife in Columbia, South Carolina. It has become very different. And with recently looking at how everything has changed and evolved with the Gamecocks winning, with so much coming back to our city, we got to get our nightlife up and rolling and get everything kicked off. So again, I'm live online with you all. The microphone got me on the computer, so I'm gonna be loud because that's not connected to this.
what? They're not gonna be able to hear you read the comments from back here.
All right, Herc, you got to stop avoiding the lights. Please sit down.
Okay.
We've been live for like 7 minutes, and you are still walking around with a rag. You got to sit down. We can't talk Columbia nightlife if you walking around the nightlife king thinking that you get to work the room. You get to be in the hot spot tonight. And I'm sorry to hear that. Good luck to you. You need some water? Somebody get past us some water.
What's
All right.
going on, Metro?
See what I mean? You see that response you got? That's why the nightlife we help. It ain't even night yet, and you hearing stuff like that. The pastor get a better call or response from the online group.
Well, we're here today, man. We want to know what's going on exactly in the nightlife because we just hearing a lot of things about why people not going out, why they refuse to go out, what's keeping them from going out, the reason that they are for not going out. So I got my brother and my sister here today to sit here and share light of this conversation. Introduce yourselves, please, to camera. Ladies first.
My name is Sherry. I'm a bartender at 7.
You don't need this.
How y'all doing?
You just said it's like nepotism. Go ahead, Dudley.
Kevin Dudley, known as Kevin Dudley, 1/7 of the good fellas in the table group here in Columbia, along with my guy right here, and also part of one of the dopest nights in Columbia, R&B Thursday.
R&B Thursday.
Shout out to Mike Knight.
Mike Knight.
Yes.
Okay, listen. So what we want to answer, bro, because we don't hit our heads a couple of times. I'm trying to come up with things. And Sherry, I've been here with you, and you sit here, honestly coming up with things and stuff. Like, what do you think as a bartender is the problem or the gap between the nightlife what's going on here in Columbia?
I want to hear from the crowd. I'm not here to tell me the issue is. I'm in the nightlife. I want to know what they got. What their issue is.
You need
When you
to-
brought the stuff to me, you were saying like, what, do you think it's customer service? Do you think it's the music? Do you think it's like the atmosphere of the club?
It needs to be a support group. Then customer service ain't always the best. Like, sometimes you're short of people. Sometimes you're short of people, and it just gets busy. Like right now, this young lady's working hard up there. She's working by herself.
Okay.
She might not have the best attitude right now.
In efforts for us to help revitalize Columbia, we got to revitalize y'all's voices. Please
Oh, okay.
speak
Is
into
that
the
a little
mic.
better?
Yes,
Come on.
Lord, loud and clear.
Come through Jesus.
So with you being a consumer, bro, and you actually being a promoter of that, like, how do you see things differentiate, and how do you try to like set those things in tone? Because you know it's hard. Like, we can give everything away, and people still gonna complain about not getting something, or can they get it free? You understand? Like, how hard is that? The strain on the heart as well as the pocket.
It's definitely hard. When it comes to being the promoter, you try to be the mediator between the establishment and also the customer. You know what I'm saying? Because the customer is there because you're the promoter. You promoted the event for them to come to this establishment. So they're not going to reach out to the establishment. They're going to reach out to you. Hey, bro, my reservation is messed up, or I was charged a different price on my ticket,
Right.
and I should have been charged. So I'm generally the buffer in between the two, and that's when you have an event where you have over 150 to 200 people, and you're the buffer between all those customers and the establishment. That weighs a lot on you,
Right.
especially if it's only maybe you and someone else that's doing the event.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we as a consumer, we don't have a lot of patience, especially when it's dealing with our money. You know what I'm saying? If we spend an X amount of dollars, we expect this particular service. And so when we don't receive that service, we become upset. You know what I'm saying? And it's always hard because you want to provide, you as a promoter, you want to make sure that the experience is top notch, but you can only do so much because this is not your spot.
Right.
These are not your employees.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Basically, you're a W-9 employee with the establishment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you try to make things right for the consumer, but you also have to look out for
The club,
as well.
as well as trying to make a profit for yourself.
Exactly. So you know what I'm saying? We are put in hard situations because we want to make sure that you come back,
Right.
but we also want to make sure that our deal is still good with the club.
Right.
We're not giving away, you know what I'm saying, the business. And that's where it becomes an issue between the owner and the promoter, because now the owner is saying, well, I can't only do but so much. You know what I'm saying? This still has to be paid for. But you as the promoter, you're looking at it as a consumer standpoint, like, nah, they shouldn't have to pay for this, because if the service wasn't provided, or if the food wasn't good, or if the drink wasn't properly served, they shouldn't have to pay for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's all just, I wish everybody could just get on the same sheet of music, but it's kind of hard when the owner is looking at it as a profit situation, the promoter is looking at it as a profit situation and the customer standpoint, and the customer is looking at it as, I want to get my money.
Right. Okay. So let me ask you with that, like, at some point, the venue and the promoter got to be on the same page, because that promoter's putting his all into that, and at the same time, something goes wrong, like you said, it comes back to that promoter and that certain venue. So, give me a situation where like it got real ugly where the owner and the promoter wasn't on the same page, or the bartender and the promoter wasn't on the same page. Because people don't understand, like, in order for
He asked him when the last time you was at the punch of owners. What he asked him.
Oh man,
it's hard, bro. Like,
it's not me. You know, me personally. Everybody who knows me knows that. Oh, we can go to Dudley. Dudley will soften it out, or Dudley will smooth it out, or whatever. And they don't understand the battles that I go through with ownership and bartenders, and you know what I'm saying, me having to pay out of my own pocket reservation fees and people walking out on tabs, and you know what I'm saying, just crazy situations like that in order to make sure that our night is good. You know what I'm saying? Our event is good, because you never want to have people sully your name.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So I pride myself
That's what
on
I'm checking
having a
now.
good name.
Not that I'm seeing.
You know what
When
I'm
I go
saying?
back and
So
forth.
that's one thing that I can say. I don't get into it with club owners, or I don't get into it with bartenders or whatever. Okay, the person ran out on their tab. All right, I'll take care of it. If you know what I'm saying?
They don't know how many losses we actually got to take just to make things look like it.
Exactly. People don't see that, and that's the hard thing with being in nightlife. Like, it's a lot of behind the scenes that customers don't see, where we say, okay, we'll take care of it, and we don't even report it to the establishment. We just take care of ourselves. I know me and Mike have refunded, I don't know how many reservation fees, because reservations have been messed up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we take care of it because we want to make sure that you continue to come back to our establishment, and we want to make sure that we keep our name good with the club as well.
I'm asking these questions because I want the consumer out there to hear from the promoter's point of view, and asking from the bartender's point of view. How hard is it and how low is it when cats get in here, act like they're balling out, and they run out in the bill? Is the quality of people messing up the nightlife, you think?
I can really speak on that. I don't have an appetite so much.
Okay.
I promise I don't, because I'm gonna get your card. I'm gonna pre-authorize that with you.
Right.
I'll cover my ass first.
I think that's
Cover my ass.
Oh, yeah.
I think with Sherry being a veteran bartender, you know what I'm saying, that comes with the territory.
Right.
Like, a lot of these establishments hire these young girls who this is their first service job, or this is their first bartending job. They don't know to, hey, okay, well, this is a large party. Let me go ahead and swipe their card real quick.
Right.
Just to make sure that we hold in their card. So if they do walk out or they do leave, you know what I'm saying? We can go ahead and charge you. Or if you pay in cash, I'm gonna go ahead and check you out after every drink, after every order or whatever. You need to give me my money. So we don't have those walkouts, or we don't have those issues where people didn't pay their tabs, or people are upset because they've been charged the wrong thing.
Right. I've never had the luxury of somebody paying a tab for me. So wherever you working at, I don't mind going there, because I gotta pay my own tab. So that's why I make sure your card is on tap. Or if I know you, I make sure I know you, so I can call you if you don't want it on the tab, because you don't pay for it.
Exactly.
But see, that's another thing you brought up too that's interesting. You establish like more so personal relationships. A lot of these bartenders understand the importance of establishing a relationship. So you allow that person to build upon their card because you've established that relationship with them. It's some bartenders in the nightlife. It's not always the promoters. It's not always the promoters out there. Like you said, customer service is detriment to your nightlife.
Absolutely.
And a promoter that's lying. And you know, like I know, bro, sometimes the DJ that went home more money than us.
Oh, of course.
And that's just to keep your face good.
Shout out to Pretty Boy Mel.
Shouts out to Pretty Boy Mel. Shouts out to Pretty Boy Mel. But it's a lot of good promoters out here. But my thing is it? I'm putting on the consumers for here because I'm saying, like, when I got my consumer hat on. You want to go out, you want to have a nice time, you want to take your wife out or young lady out, but you feel as if you're overdressed now, and you got loafers and a blaze on, and that's the age group we're trying to target. Those are the peers, but it seems like those peers are just coming out with Crocs, bonnets, and they come into the grown section spot. I never forget a young lady said we was having an event, and there was a grown section event, and she inboxed me. She said, "Can I wear shoes?" And this before the little sneakers and the dress thing was good, but I'm like, oh man, you still asking that question? You see what I'm saying? So your consumers got to grow up with you too, right?
Absolutely.
There's a lot of people out here that's 45 with their pants on their ass, and you know they looking like Uncle Auntie in the club.
Yeah, there's still promoters out there, 45, still promoting to 20-year-olds, but
And then there might be though we call those promoters Michael Bivens. They take advantage of the kids. Go ahead,
Exactly.
go ahead, Dodie.
But yeah, you gotta learn to grow with your. You gotta learn to grow with your audience. You know what I'm saying? If you don't grow with your audience, you find yourself. I'm sorry, being the old nigga in the club, and that's you don't want to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
But a lot of people and a lot of things that I feel as if though it's getting clingy like that because a lot of people or a lot of promoters can't establish their own identity or they can't be original. Say for instance, if you got a special going here this night, I'm not going to open up a special down the street and promote the same special.
Exactly.
Like the R&B Thursdays.
Yeah.
That's your mics over at Barcode and just
Yeah.
jumping at the same time. It'd be kind of crazy to say we got R&B Thursdays over here now. You see what I'm saying? Whereas if I'm like, well, if they want to play like that, somebody want to go out the next night, maybe I get R&B Friday or Flashback Friday or Sophisticated Saturday. But it's so many people that if you come out and say, I'm throwing a party at the car wash, you best believe you'll see that. Somebody's gonna throw a party at the car wash.
Another party at the car wash too.
So, quick question. What has been the most notable changes in Columbia's nightlife scene over the past few years?
The money.
Yeah.
The money. People are coming a bit more frugal, but at the same time, like it's a lot of other things going on to grab your attention too. And at the age group that you're growing at, you're only gonna get one shot. Whereas if when you're younger, you're not as tight with your money, you'll try certain things out. But when you get to a certain age, if people start talking about you going.
Yeah. And it's more so with Columbia now, it's more so lounge restaurants. I remember back in the going out days, there was Columbia Live, there were Studio 54s, there were Whispers who were actually just clubs. Now you have the Barcodes, the room services, the Skies, the Concepts, the Sevens, where it's actually a restaurant, but it's a lounge, and you can also have a good time in the same spot. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm seeing more. It's more of a lounge, chill, have a good time, but we can still turn up a little bit.
Yeah. And the food got to be good.
Yeah, the food has to be good.
You got to have good food. A lot of people think because they promote certain places that it's automatically supposed to crowd like that. But you can promote, you can pass out every flyer you want. If your customer service is trash, the food is trash.
Oh man, listen.
And then you still get the blame for it. You ain't in the kitchen, you ain't serving the drinks, but it's still your fault. It's still your fault.
You don't know how many DMs I done answered to, well, I came because of you and you got to fix this and
right.
Yeah, and all because your chicken tenders messed up. Well,
yeah.
Hey, I can buy you another chicken tender basket. And
right.
If that's what the issue is, I can cash out you $10. Is that what the issue is?
Right.
I apologize. You know what I'm saying? But
that ain't good enough, bro. They got to go live.
Oh yeah, they got to go live.
They got to tag the venue. They got to trash your name.
Social media.
So social media,
really. Yes.
So social media was the gift and the curse?
Absolutely. Because I've seen where, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it, I'll take Barcode exercise. I've seen where somebody there was an order where someone said that we were making them get up out of their seat And there was a post that was saying that we were making them get out of their seat and they were spending money and blah, 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 blah. But they didn't tell the whole story that we had a 3-hour time limit on our tables. And it tells you that on the website. When you look at it, it says in bold letters, we have a 3-hour time limit. And we hold a strict 3-hour time limit. So if you order a hookah at
Comment came in that
and you know that you have to get
the clubs are trying to pass the chuck steak for a ribeye.
You're not going to be able to finish that. I do apologize for the inconvenience.
They say it's one thing, then the food you get is something else.
And so she went on and made a whole post, and people were upset under the post, but you're not telling the entire story. You know what I'm saying? Tell the entire story. Don't or research it before you make a comment.
So one comment that came in is this is gonna be double loud. One comment that came in was the clubs are trying to pass one thing off as another. Like you order a chuck steak, you order a ribeye, and they bring you a chuck steak. They saying club owners are skimping on stuff. You saying it's one thing, you get another. Drinks ain't strong enough. So there's the quality of what they're getting is not what they're seeing on the menu.
Okay.
Tell me I'm drinking Hennessy and I'm drinking E&J.
Well, unfortunately, me being the promoter, I cannot comment on that. My job is just to get you in there. It is the establishment's job. It is the establishment's job to actually.
That's a shame, Shannon.
To give you products to make you stay.
So how many times have you had to go back to an owner saying such and such said they ordered this, but you gave them this? Trying to, diffuse the situation, because like you said, you want to keep your people coming, you want to keep your deal with the owner.
Quite a few. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we basically try to handle the situation before it gets to the club owner. So if your drink is messed up, you feel that this ain't the right liquor or whatever, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring you to the bar and I'm gonna make sure, hey, Jazz, get that bottle of Patron right there, open that bottle. Hey, this is real liquor, I'm pouring.
Ask him what about ones that don't move like him.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure that your food is A1. If not, okay, you upset about it. We're not even gonna argue, we're not even gonna have a situation. I'm gonna make sure it's taken care of.
But the thing is, every promoter, every manager, every waitress is not like the three of you. The situation that's hitting Columbia is all of y'all can't be at all facilities. And a lot of times you are seeing club owners, waitresses, honestly from Black establishments, arguing with paying customers online. You don't see, and we talked about this earlier, you don't see Publix arguing with nobody. But you do see us arguing with people. And you're saying, I love how you said, I go up there and I make sure it's corrected, but in other places where that's not happening, is that also contributing to the decline, the lack of customer service?
I think that's those who took the shortcut. And what I mean by that, like if you're not a people's person, you're not a people's person. You could be computer savvy and get a lot of likes. That don't mean you're a people's person to bring these people in the building. So I think when people skip past the business process of how to keep the business coming in, I think that's where that's going. Because a lot of times clubs open up and they're saying, we're going to go grow in the sex. 4 months later, you just see certain promoters there. You already know what type of crowd will bring. So
money grab.
Yeah, it's a money grab because, we got to get our bills paid. So then you start seeing the sagging pants, you start seeing the clothes all hanging off, you start seeing all the crazy people. So my thing is, I think they just cut out the process of this is how we're going to establish our base, this is how we're going to separate ourselves, and this is what we're going to go with. And the last venue that I seen, or I recall, y'all correct me on this, was Pure. Pure set a standard for a while, absolutely, and they stuck to that standard. And it was to the point where you knew if you was going to Pure, you could look at yourself right there before you decide I'm going out and say, I ain't going to Pure tonight.
But even then, that changed.
Yeah, that changed because you had different management. They had to start over, and then it like you said, it's a money grab. They try to keep the same authenticity to it, but then after that certain owner had to get the bread.
Yeah. Shout out to Alan Love. Alan Love was the manager.
Totally got people commenting, they following him.
Alan Love was the manager of that Pure when you had to be on the sexy to come in. And he told me straight to my face, nah, bro, you can't come in with them boots on.
Dudley Queen Shannon said, Kevin does take care to make sure you have a good experience. He called me 2 years ago and made a situation right for me, and I've been coming to his stuff ever since. When you first came in, we had a conversation about many of these club owners think that people are following the club. They're coming to you because your 7, your concept, your room service, your halls, your bourbon. But reality is, for club promoters, many of the people are following y'all.
Oh, absolutely. I not to toot my own horn, you know what I'm saying? But I absolutely tell establishments. Yeah,
Boy, you can tell when that woman in the audience, ain't it? Yeah.
For us, people are coming because me, Mike. You know what I'm saying? People are coming because Hurt done threw up a fire. People are coming because Geach done whispered in a few people's ears, and Mike done told whoever, and Mel done made a few Instagram posts. So yeah, so they know that.
Say you okay without saying you okay.
My man.
Yeah, so people come because it's our event. They don't come because it's barcode, or they don't come because it's 7, or they don't come because it's concept. No, they come because they know that these people do quality events.
Dudley, you must be the Chick-fil-A of events, because you got to keep up the good work, hashtag.
I appreciate it.
Shouts out to Dudley for being a good customer service. Customer service is serving your customers. Your customers come in with attitudes. I might walk around Publix ready to slap everybody. My bad day at work. But they still say, can I help you? And they don't act like I owe them for walking in. I've come into Barcode pissed because they make me wait too long. And Dudley let me lean across the whole thing, and he fixed it. And I appreciate that. But it is when you go out and someone makes the experience worth going. If you're not there, I ain't in there.
That's absolutely.
So,
But that's it.
So hold on. What's an idea you geniuses have that y'all want to bring down to Columbia that you think that the city might not be ready for just yet?
Ooh.
I mean, like, when we go out now, we want to have a different experience. People travel to Charlotte, they go to Atlanta because it's a different experience. What's something y'all want to bring, and maybe the club owner, y'all's like, man, they just not ready for it yet? That's a good question.
Yeah, they stuck now.
I'll let her answer that first.
The views expressed by these good fellas cannot be stolen. We are recording this. Go ahead, carry on now. You got it.
I mean, I know her young girls coming out the ceiling, so.
Wait,
I
why?
want girls coming from the ceiling. I want classic
said, "Look, Ma,
automobiles
no hands."
sitting on the floor. I want live band. I want contortionist women walking the balls. I want people walking on stilts. I want you to pay for the experience, but I know the experience that I want you to pay for is not something that I can give you every week or once a month. It's something that's gonna have to be calculated. It's something that's gonna have to be very meticulous on how it's planned. But I want to give you the experience. I don't even care for liquor. I want to have events where liquor is not the topic. I want champagne. I want wine. I want an ambiance that's unmatched. So when you do hear about it the next time, you feel as if though you're gonna miss out on the next wave. I just think that when we cheapen ourselves when we got plans like that, but we're at venues every day. So at the same time, I can catch you next week. I'll catch you next week. I'll catch you this time. Whereas if doing the core things, we really battle in the club still. I've always battled the club. I've always said, "Why go to the club and give them all my money?" Especially when you count your own money. When you get your liquor and you start doing your tables, it could go very well. It got to be planned properly and it got to be executed. But at the same time, when you make the consumer,
Hurt said he want people hanging from the ceiling. So y'all
that's
share this with a friend.
Oh,
shouts out to Melly Mel in the building. There's another good fella.
Shouts out to Mel.
We're almost at 50% capacity.
I've always said that I wanted to do.
He got people hanging from the
I would
ceiling,
rather
child.
do
Hurt won't the whole
standalone
nation.
events
He won't
rather than
the whole experience.
club events because you can handle more of the inside and outside, and I'm not cheapening my customer's experience. Like I would want to do a the R&B only type events. You know what I'm saying? Like why allow? And I hate to say this, why allow somebody else from Chicago or LA to come in and do an event and charge you $60 for it when we can do the same event here for us and you pay $40?
But that shows the mindset of Columbia too. That's a major part of the detriment of Nightlife too. Whereas if though that pillow talk,
oh yeah,
and that little sneaky jealousy, that's it's prohibited. Like honestly, because my thing is like this. And this is how I feel about this. Like when I hear about club promoters or club owners beefing, it's not a real beef. Both of y'all putting out damn flyers saying y'all gonna be here Friday.
Exactly.
So if I got a real problem with you and you there Friday, I'm gonna see you Friday. So my whole thing is like when you putting on for the book, I think that's you losing your business. Because at the same time, like you said, people are seeing you from afar. More people know of you than you know of them. So that last experience that you left them with, that's what's gonna carry over. But some of these cats go out here and do the dirt, and then they go out and campaign for the face that they're good. And I just don't like that. I don't like the suckers in Columbia Nightlife. You know, I don't have a problem saying that.
Yeah, it's absolutely true.
You know that, man.
You pocket watching. Why are you
pocket watching?
Why are you pocket watching?
Sabotaging, pulling the fire alarm, calling the police.
Ooh.
Like all this is
I got a comment from the audience.
Okay.
So back to the main question about what we would like to see as far as nightlife in Columbia.
You speak in the mic a little bit more, please.
Absolutely. Let me introduce myself first. This is Elisha, aka Danielle Pink. What I would like to see.
Diesel.
Absolutely, I'll take that too. More in Columbia. It doesn't even have to be the nightlife. Just with the social life would be some.
Oh God, there's Dana.
Networking. Right? Because we have a lot of us that are young entrepreneurs that are working in different businesses, right? And everybody's not going to attend a empowerment brunch. Everybody's not going to attend, these workshops and these seminars.
Dun, 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 dun.
You have to know where you can reach them, right? Mm-hmm. So, we're ghosts in the game, right? That's status. We got experience. So at the same time, as much as we complain about customer service in these places, et cetera, we have to teach one, right? Sometimes you have to go in these businesses and offer. Let me do a customer workshop for you.
I agree.
Because you're getting so many negative results, right? Let me come in your business and offer a business network. Let the people who are, whatever business it is, just come in and bring your business cards, right? Because people like to come out, they like to drink, even though alcohol does not always have to be involved. But again, you're meeting people where they like to be, right? You got your first place, you got your second place, you got your third place. Your third place is always going to be your neighborhood bar. That's going to be where you hang out the most. Absolutely. Your first place is your home. Your second place is your job. Your third place is where you hang out the most. That's where you feel comfortable. That's where you spend your money. That's where you are amongst your peers. So sometimes we have to go there to meet them. I remember back in the day, we used to have mixers on Mondays. Where we would come in as professionals. Don't wear no jeans. You gotta, put on some clothes. And, back then we were handing out business cards. Now they got so much technology to do different things. But basically, to sum up my comment, I would like to see more. Two things I would like to see. I would like to see more business mixers with, especially showing how to run a legitimate business, and us being able to get back to these new businesses, showing them the way. Sometimes it don't take nothing but a Saturday. Get your people together. Let me show y'all. Yeah. Let me explain to you how you're supposed to talk to the people. Let me explain to you how you're supposed to resolve the issue. You know what I'm saying? Because some people don't know. you know, we try to compare us to the other side. You know, sometimes when we go over there, you know, you got to have a degree in hospitality. You got to have a degree in business. You got a lot of business owners that's not doing it, and that's absolutely okay. There's no problem with that, but we still need to train them. So those are the two things that I'm interested in seeing.
How do you promote that though? Because it's a lot of times I've seen networking events where nobody shows up.
Share that money.
But you have to be consistent. I mean, you promote it the same way that you promote, you know, an event. You know, I mean, you have to bring the people in and draw the attention. Let me tell you something. These young people, and I say young because I'm over 40. These young people are out here starting businesses.
Yeah.
They have locations. They are doing their thing. Some legitimate, some not. That's neither here nor there for me to judge. But some don't know because they don't know.
Right.
Right? Same thing as when you all in these establishments and we hire these young people to be servers and be bartenders. They don't know. They're here because they need a job. They're here because they got bills to pay. So sometimes they don't know customer conflict. Sometimes they don't know resolution. You understand what I'm saying?
Let's come back to the top of the hierarchy though. Let's go back to the top of the hierarchy though.
Not to the bottom.
Yeah, like that goes to back to what we were saying previously. That goes into the owner. Well, me and Crystal were having a conversation earlier. That goes into the owner pouring back into the establishment. You're making all of this money. Why don't you put back into the actual establishment? Why don't you put back into training your staff? Why don't you go into putting the money back into making sure that the club is clean, making sure that, okay, this door is messed up over here, making sure the door is fixed, making sure that everybody is paid and everybody is taken care of, because we all know if you take care of your people, they're gonna take care of you.
That's how it's supposed to be good. Pizzo, shouts out to Pizzo too. She has a bartender mixology company where your bartenders aren't doing or working up to standard. Pizzo's the one to reach out to. She does staff training as well. But I want to touch on something that you talked about earlier, and this is the God honest truth. When you said the business mixes and why don't they work no more? I'm gonna be honest with you. The business mixes don't work no more because the businesses aren't working with it. It's all a facade. It's going on social media and getting a like. If some people got business license, they're cool with actually getting a lot of likes for having a business license, opposed to getting the buck for the business. So when you come into the business meetings, nobody's really taking it serious, and those who are taking it serious are burned out by those who don't. And those numbers are climbing over more to those who look like they're doing business, opposed to those who are getting things done. And when you realize that it's a group of people that still get things done, they just don't hang out where you hang out at. It's not necessarily you. It may be the people you're promoting to too.
Absolutely.
So as a promoter, you got to look yourself in the eyes and say, what am I doing wrong here? What am I doing right here? But they still talk. They still talk at work. They decide right there at work. Am I going there? I heard somebody got shot there. That's a stain on you. And you didn't have nothing to do with it. So that's another thing about having your event at a venue opposed to owning all the chips. When we own all the chips, nothing goes wrong at our parties because we're able to rectify that situation. We're able to give you that bottle without somebody having to sit here and fight us in the back.
EP, you got a definite shout out saying what up, but the service, cause it's like it's stuff coming in and we just listening to y'all preach, right? And she had a whole moment, and I ain't want her to miss it with her service, because you was going, like your essay was at 300 letters. It was going.
That's where you're going. You think because you're on the camera, you can't get shots tonight?
Yeah. See, you preaching so long, we can't. Like I was like, hey, ask Mel about Mondays, and then Pizzo got a what up, and we couldn't because you were still giving your Easter speech. Sorry.
Are you going to say what they said about Pizzo?
I did. I said they said what up, and they was giving her flowers and shouts out to her, but I couldn't because Herc was finishing up the last of his sermon. The doors of the church are now open. I say what? They said her name here.
No, but honestly, shouts out to Pizzo.
I can read.
Shouts out to Pizzo.
Shouts out to Daniel.
Brother, give me your wildest story from the nightlife.
Oh Lord. Oh, see?
Hold on, think about that for a minute. Let me ask this question. Herc, you were saying that you got to promote to a certain dynamic, who you promote to, and young age or the older age, how do you promote to just your people if you're using social media? Everybody sees social media, so how do you just get it to the older crowd that you want to come and grow the sexy and not the younger ones talking about getting sexy?
I think that's when you get established of what your brand is over the years, because you have to reach out to those people. When you're trying to reach out to the masses, you're going to get everybody. So you have to go through your filterization stage of reaching out to those individuals personally to let them know that it's yours, so they can feel the authenticity of the situation in an event. If you just put it out there to anybody, you're going to get anybody, and it's going to be up to you to tame that. But when you usually put certain words and you're targeting certain people, some people will feel as if though they're not invited because of the quality of the low quality or high quality, whatever that you're invited to the event. It's no different if I say we having a twerk contest. I know I'm not gonna get that councilman that I want over here. You see what I'm saying? But if I say I'm having a business attire mix and mingle, I know I'm not gonna get the guy who makes good money online, but he just plays games all day. You see what I'm saying? So you got to find that common ground between both consumers that you can pull in the most, and that usually comes with a team, because the good thing about a team is everybody might not rock with me, they may not rock with you, but I doubt they're gonna rock with all of us.
Absolutely. And just to piggyback on what Officer Hurt said, just to give an example of what happened, our New Year's Eve party was formed, and we had to turn around quite a few people because they weren't dressed, and people were upset. But now they have the idea in their head now going forward that if I come to a Goodfellas event, or if I come to the New Year's Eve event going forward, I gotta come dressed. And no, we're not issuing you a refund for that ticket, because on that ticket it says this is a formal event. So they know that now you can't come half step and know this is everybody on the Goodfellas is over 40 plus. We're not promoting to that 22-year-old or that 23-year-old. I do apologize, but nah, we kind of don't want you in our crowd. You know what I'm saying? I understand that you know what I'm saying, might act your age, but your mama might be in here. Your mama don't want to party. Your mama don't want to party with her daughter. Your dad don't want to party with his son. So I like the fact that we can filter out our crowd. We have where we promote to an older establishment, and I like that.
Does the day of the week matter?
Yes,
Absolutely. I'm not
Yes.
going to say that.
In Columbia, it does.
Yeah.
That's my question. Why?
Because Columbia is cliquish, unfortunately. Nobody's willing to step out to go to a speakeasy joint where you're not gonna be hearing twerk music, so to say. And it's really,
I think that's true.
not like twerk music, whatever. I mean, like, you really want to be in an establishment, you really want to chill sometimes. You don't want to see somebody bend over on a chair just twerking going around. I mean, it's cool, but at the same time, like, nah, like sometimes Monday is just set for those people, those business people that are trying to get over. And Wednesday is the hump day that you're trying to get through, huh? Monday's for mixing sense. That Saturday and Sunday, we about to turn up. It's weekend fun. So that's when you get more of your crowd, because more people aren't going to work. More people consider that as their leisure time, and more people are more prone to spend
How
money
does
there
downtown
because
Columbia
they already
stay
got a check coming in. It's no different from
Downtown
first of all.
Columbia stay rolling.
Yeah.
And that goes to
How does downtown Columbia stay rolling?
you know what I'm saying, speak on the promoters as well, because I've never seen a Monday pop like Mel's Monday, Mel and Joe Smooth Monday.
Shouts out to Mel and Joe Smooth
at Concept. And people come to that not because Concept, not because of the sales that they have, not because of the discounts or the specials. They come
First
because
Thursdays ain't teenagers.
Yeah.
I mean college kids.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So
It's a lot.
once again, it goes back to the promoter, not the establishment.
Okay, you ain't kind of build you out though, but I need you to tell me the wildest story that you had in the nightlife, bro.
Oh man.
Because I got one, and it got you in it, but you didn't warn me. But I'm gonna let you get yours off first.
Okay. wildest story that I've had in nightlife is we were promoting the event.
Try not to incriminate yourself.
And shouts out to Rob before one came entertainment.
Shouts out to
Rob. We were all throwing in the event. This was in before you took over.
See that? That's the go ahead.
Before you took over at the Loft,
Right.
me, Rob, and JoJo were
Killing it.
were over there, and it was an event that happened, and of course,
Well, what do you say?
We were having an issue, and of course, me being the buffer between the establishment and the consumer got upset, and he decided that he wanted to strike me. Wow.
Dolly, you got hit?
Yes, I did.
What?
Now,
Don't say no names.
unfortunately, the fella, if you
We still
remember,
get sensitive.
if you remember the Loft, you remember those stairs.
Those stairs.
Yeah.
Who hit that?
So unfortunately,
That's a
if
hashtag.
anybody knows Lil Rob, he's a small fella, but he is. Yeah.
Little nigga, but he lying on it.
Lil Rob.
Shouts out Lil Rob on the bounce.
He tossed the dude down the stairs. And then his homeboy tried to come, and I called him up against the wall, and that was that.
You put the poses on that?
And that's the only fight I've had.
You got a comment out here to tell us his name. See what happened? I told you.
I won't.
Hashtag is gonna go bad 10 years later.
Bro, you put pause on somebody, bro.
I don't,
It's a damn shame that man got his ass up 10 years later.
I'm not confrontational at
No,
all.
you're
We're
not.
not gonna fight, but bro, don't put your hands on me, big
No,
dog.
don't put your hands on
He
the
better not ever look out one day and be like, hey, that's him.
So I remember Nicole charging us because the blood has to be washed off and painted from the wall.
Right.
So yeah.
Speaking of that same location, all right, let me tell you how dirty Doug is. All y'all are talking about Doug is good, right? So one thing I can honestly say about bro is I can call bro and we don't have to be in the same situation, but it's still our play. What I mean by that is it's very scarce or very rare that you call another promoter, ask somebody in the venue, and they actually give you the insight of what's going on. But this MF, I called him one night. I can tell they're in the back. I don't know. What y'all had T-bone steaks or something in the back? Y'all was doing something. Y'all was high-fiving beers or something. I'm over the rehearsal, right? So I'm asking him like, yo, how they work over here at the Loft? He's like, listen, big dog, everything will be good. Go in there and tell her what you want straight up, and then stick by that and get your paperwork. I do that. Bro, it was a third floor there I didn't know about.
Oh, those bats.
Listen, yo, we in there one night. Louis V had just started DJing, and the bat flies by, bro. I mean, a real live bat. And I'm like, no, that can't be a bat. Not in the building. So we closed the windows. We used to get out of there, right?
Yeah.
When we closed the windows, that next day we came back to set up early. Me and my cousin Mon, shout out to Mon, Mr. Seafood. We go up to the club, but we hearing all this. Yo, we went up to that third floor. It must have been about 300 to 400 bats in the corner.
Yes.
When you open up the door, the bat piss was so vulgar and rank. And
Yes.
it was just loud. So I did get in contact with Nicole, the owner. She told me she'd take care of it over the weekend. I took a word on it. Renee McDaniel was having an event that night. We had it's hard to get people in the club, right?
Yeah.
We finally got people in there. And as Renee's talking, we said, we're going to do good tonight. Man, like 10 to 15 bats came out of nowhere. Cleared the whole building. We got brooms, we got speakers, we got CD covers. We trying to throw these bats, right? Renee held us against me for so long. And the word got out. You don't know this, they started calling me Big Batman, right? That got me so damn mad, but it was like 300-400 bats, but we had bats attack us at night.
That was crazy. I've only experienced the bat situation once. and it was a small bat, and
It's a bat, bro.
near the back, and we swatted it down, killed it, and got it out, and we thought that was it.
No, you want his cousins or something. Because, like, probably it was scary. Because, the women don't want to hear that. The women don't hear that. And you think about, like, somebody's going to call tomorrow and say rabies, and it could be gonorrhea. They just trying to cover it up. So, so it's just saying.
Hey.
I'm just saying, people's going to accuse you for anything.
Exactly.
But we got the hell out of there, man. But we came out there at least fighting in a scene from Roadhouse, man. Them guys beat our ass that night, man. Shouts out to the Loft, man. The lonely ass days of the Loft, man. What's the greatest era of Columbia nightlife that you remember? What was the last great era you remember?
The Loft.
And you two shared. Oh, the Loft was classic. Once we got it jumping, it was good though.
I'd say the era, and I hate to even classify it as this. It was right before they did the big sweep in 08.
Yeah.
That was the era where Columbia was jumping. You had Billy D's, you had Columbia Live, you had 54. Columbia was competing when it came to strip clubs. Columbia was competing with Atlanta.
Yeah.
At that time.
Oh, yeah, we was
like Liquids, 54. You had Lucky's, even goddamn Platinum Plus. Yes, like we were in line with Atlanta when it came to strip clubs here.
Yeah,
like I said, during that time, Columbia was
So what you saying that? I got a question for you. Have y'all, either one of y'all, like know anybody who's been in any meetings with government officials or local officials who try to help vitalize the nightlife here? Because in Charlotte and Atlanta, they try to make sure the city's looking good because they know people come from out of town, and that's where they get a lot of their money from, and from the city. Is any of the government people here trying to have, conversations that besides 5 points?
Absolutely not. When you got the sheriff putting padlocks on doors.
How y'all feel y'all can try to get around, well, not get around it, but change that so, the government city can help y'all revitalize the nightlife and social scene here in Columbia?
Vote. Yeah, vote.
Say it again, share.
That's it.
So when you say vote, you mean we gotta get rid of Leon Live?
You gotta get rid of.
My favorite era was the Royce.
Absolutely.
I was at the Royce when they shut it down.
Yeah,
I can't say Leon.
Best swings ever.
The Royce Liquids.
I can't say Leon because Leon's still in office. I remember one point in time, we could go out. And probably go out another time, but ends on this side of town. We could be at, and I'm going back showing my age here, we could be at Y2K. You could be at the sports house. And you could call me from Ghana's Fair up to Baby Grand. I just paid $20 to get in the sports palace, but it's still not jumping. And I got my wristband on. Gas is like 10 cents.
Definitely went to 79 cents again.
So you leave Broad River to go to Ghana's Ferry, only to hear that something on 2 Notch was jumping. And depending on your age was, you'd be at 112, right? You go downtown to Mercedes.
Absolutely.
Right?
Or you can, when you leave Mercedes, you can go down over here, back down to Ghana's Ferry. You can hit Columbia Live. You can hit Alligators.
Right.
And then you can also hit, what was the spot right next to the bar that was right next to Columbia Live? You can hit all 3 of those spots right there in the same class. So, you know what I'm saying? Columbia, nightlife in Columbia was really dope when the money was out there.
So you say when the dope boys left, it stopped being dope.
I'm not
saying. I thought you were going to blame it on COVID,
but
there are quite a few dope boys in other cities.
Yes.
But I mean, honestly, you could just leave from one spot and not feel as if, though, I'm not leaving because I didn't get my money's worth. That's how you feel now. Because your money, every dollar count. Now, you get older, you're like, you might go out and say, I'm spending this. I want to have this time because I want to be out here long. When you're going out to have a good time, it's bottles, right? But at one point in time, you would leave one spot to go to another spot, to go back to another spot, and then chill somewhere to go to another spot. It ain't have no social media and nothing.
Just to meet everybody.
Just to meet everybody. It was.
Oh yeah, it was BlackBerry Messenger.
Back then, places made you feel like I've never been a promoter, but I've been to participate in events. back then you felt like you had to be in the building because the building was giving a good time. When you walk into these places now, they make you feel like you're lucky I let you in my place. Like, just be glad you here because they're celebrating the success of opening a business more than they're pouring into the work to running that business. So when you walk in, it's more like you're battling with someone who says you should be glad I let you in versus you spent money to open this. I'm spending money to keep it open. But if I go to other places, they make you feel like they're glad you're here. So it's a difference. It's kind of like when I ain't got no money, I'm gonna go to Family Dollar. But when I'm paid, I'm going to Publix. I'm going to all these other places because of the experience and the quality of what I get. It feels different now. Columbia Live and all them places, you knew they don't need my money. I mean, they do, but they don't. But I want to get into that party because it's a good time in there. You don't have that no more. Now you're just hoping that you got a good crowd with you.
And that's why, you know what I'm saying, as a promoter, I take pride in what I do because
Tawana said they got fake liquor.
I want to thank you for coming out to my event. Because if I don't thank you for coming out to my event, who's to say you're not going to come next week? Who's to say you're not going to come again? Because now I made you feel like, yeah, whatever. And that's not the case with me. That's not the case with her. That's not the case with Mary. That's not the case with Beach. Greg, T.
Yeah, your crowd is a part of you.
Absolutely.
Honestly. And like Doug is saying, if you make somebody feel as if they're wanted and appreciated, I doubt you have any problems in your event. And I can say that, and I can look in the camera and say that. I've had over 71 events. I don't know what the hell it sounds like to say break a fight up. I've never had a fight in a party.
Absolutely.
I've never, ever had a fight in a party. And I don't want to think that's because I'm going around looking big or I got my chest out. I honestly be working my ass off. But some parties you just be sweating probably gonna change because I'm taking care of the people and I probably got delayed. And like the other said, when you're taking pride in your event, when bottles spill over, you don't have to wait on that person that's working for you to clean that spot up. That person that's you're consuming tonight, it goes a long way when they saying you taking the initiative to be that top guy to get down to the bottom to show them that I'm trying to sit here and rectify the situation to keep the party going. So it goes a long way. But you are a product of your crowd.
Yeah.
So at what point?
Your crowd is a product of you. Sorry about that.
So when you promote your parties, at what point do you get your staff to feel the same way that you do about that event? Because me as a bartender, I'm coming in honestly just to make money.
Right.
How do you get it to that same point where I feel like I need to care about this event and care about who's coming out and not just wonder, like, don't just care about what money they're spending and the tip they're giving me.
Yeah, get it on there.
Okay, so me is the vetting process. I'm not gonna hire a bartender that I know doesn't care about my event. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ashley, shout out to Chiquita, shout out to KP, shout out to Basha.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Those ladies make sure that our events are taken care of. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna make sure that first of all, they're gonna make sure that all our money is accounted for at the end of the night. They're gonna make sure that, you know what I'm saying, all the customers are provided for at the end of the night. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna make sure that everything is everything. And that's what, you know what I'm saying, that's what you have to do. Like, you just can't, my thing is, you just can't hire anybody just because you feel that they're a good bartender.
Or they're popular.
Yeah, or they're popular. Nah, they have to have good bartending skills, but they also have to have good customer service skills. They also have to be a people person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't have a bartender who has no people skills.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Every time you look behind the bar, yeah, she's making a good ass drink, but she cursing somebody out, or she done got into a fight with a customer about a tip. That's crazy.
Right. And sure, another thing is, like, it's much easier to get that bartender on the same page when you have a bartender having an event for you. When you're at an establishment, you got to deal with that bartender's personality every day. She may come in good, she may come in sad, she may be come in over the top, she may come in and she don't want to be there. So my thing is as far as the venue, you want to ask your bartender, what do I need to get you so you can be the best bartender that you need? When you get them that, you will start seeing the work ethics of those. Everybody's not going to be on board. Some people just showing up for the check, right? Some people just showing up for the check. But those who are pushing for the vision of what the long haul are, or I mean long haul is, that's the ones you want to build with. Because everybody thinking like, as far as an owner, a vineyard owner, just get the female that's nice looking, that got a nice body. But if she can't mix a drink, she can't mix a drink.
Oh man, listen, I call them drink pours. They're not bartenders.
They got they
you mix the Hennessy and Coke, vodka and cranberry, tequila and pineapple juice. Nah, let me see. When I ask a bartender, can you make me a Long Island? Right. Long Island, what goes into a Long Island? Right. Oh, you got the Long Island mix. No, man, that's cheat code. Yeah, that's not a Long Island. I need you to make me a Long Island. I need you to take out the tequila. I need you to take out the rum. I need you to take out the vodka. I need you to take out the Coke, the sweet and sour. I need you to do all of that. You know what I'm saying? I need you to know how to make a Washington Red Apple.
That sounds fancy. What'd you call that?
Washington Red Apple.
And you ever heard that? It is a big mixologist thing.
Had it a few times.
You never told me that.
I don't need you to be a pretty girl. I just need you to make sure that my customers are happy, and I need you to make sure that my drinks are good.
Hurt, don't feel bad. I ain't never heard of it.
I never heard of it.
It wouldn't.
I've heard of Washington
Red Apple.
You heard of Washington Apple?
You can say it 5-6 times. All I heard was red apple. I don't know nothing about that.
It ain't nothing but Crown, cranberry juice, and a little apple puff.
Well, if you said that, I don't know what that is.
That's what I said. Washington Apple. You've had it before.
And you come in here with all the extra in the thing.
I want to get to the thick of things too. I also want to get to the thick of things. To the people out there in America, listen. Another thing that I've seen decrease over the years, and this just flipped. It went from, how can I say this?
Tiffany, you will have to make me.
Guys don't buy women drinks anymore, but a lot of women are at bars expecting that guys are supposed to buy them drinks. So the conversation piece has left that. So what I'm seeing is a whole bunch of girls in circles clapping it up for each other, or I'm seeing a whole bunch of dudes sharing a bottle staring in the corner. And that's corny to me. Listen. When you're younger, I understand it, because when you're younger, you get the VIP, you may walk around with the bottle. When you're older, I got VIP because I want to be here, but I don't want to be near you.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Or I got my lady here, I don't want her walking through traffic. Or I got my guys here, we really want to chill.
Stand up.
And the guys that's getting VIPs, inviting their homeboys up there, that's corny. If I got VIP, I got my homeboys that's with me, but only females get called up there to get drinks.
The ladies.
Guys got it. But I just think that it's just shifted where guys were buying 4 and 5 women drinks and having a conversation walking away, opposed to 4 and 5 women at the bar looking at one guy thinking that it's supposed to be on him. Like,
well, drinks was 45% cheaper back then when we were doing that.
Drinks worth $3.
I'm just saying, I can't be buying 17.
So that should let you know I really ain't got time for your attitude. If I'm going to spend $10 on this drink just for you to, you see what I'm saying?
I'm just saying that Casamigos was $14 by itself. I still ain't got my water yet. So I can't be buying 5 of y'all that nobody's trying to talk to me.
So
you want to talk?
Well, yeah, well,
you know what I'm saying?
And there it is.
But I'm serious, you see that though, bro? Absolutely. This guy's lining up at the bar fighting over girls and get their homeboys drinks, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They're at the bar, they're fighting this female in the elbow room, they're trying to gain it, hoping that she don't put an elbow, so you're paying an elbow.
To buy their homeboys drinks?
To buy their homeboys drinks.
Yes.
To buy their homeboys drinks. That's crazy.
There's people out here purchasing 2 lemon drops. Split 18 ways.
I've seen that.
Say it again, Sherry. Say it again.
They're purchasing 2 lemon drops.
How many ways?
18 ways. And wonder why my face looks a different kind of way.
Just drink before you go out.
Houdini. Like, what do you want me to do?
That's wow.
It happened.
It was a lemon. Kevin definitely got behind this lemon drop controversy. Mel, remember that, Mel? About a good month ago?
That's different. The lemon drop
That's what we're doing now.
unnecessary.
That was Dana started
that though. Dana started the whole
It was unnecessary. Lemon drop is such an easy make. It's an easy drink to make. It's not that hard. But when we want to split that thing 37 ways, we got a problem.
At 1 hour and 40 minutes in, y'all want to get Dana riled up by lemon drops for real?
I want to know about this lemon drop. The bartender said about this.
We just said rabbit.
No.
This dude's order lemon drop split them.
Dudley put out a post and had a $2 lemon drop Tuesday.
Yeah, $2 lemon drops.
What was the limit on the bro?
No, no limit. Yeah.
You gotta put a limit on.
No, it wasn't. I actually ordered a table. A lady's lemon drops. I got them like 20 lemon drops. Yeah, it was no limit.
All $40.
I think they were upset because they didn't have the sugar rim. So I think that was the issue. But
it's just 20 shots for $2, bro.
Yeah.
We got a question real quick. And you don't get a $2 lemon drop after this either, so go ahead.
Oh, no.
No. And no sugar around the $2 lemon drop.
But I just want to ask, like, what's stopping Columbia from having a better live music scene? Like, it's a lot of talented artists. I felt like if anybody could just go up there and sing, you know what I'm saying, some cover songs or something, and also like a lot of good weather, I feel like we don't utilize as much as possible. But what's stopping that from happening in Columbia?
Well, brother, here at 7 Sports Bar,
shameless plug,
Clemson Road.
Every Friday.
Every Friday we have a live band. Every fourth Friday we have a comedy show. Here at 7 Sports Bar, 2000, Clemson Road.
Shameless
I understand
plug.
what you're saying, and that's what's needed now. People don't want the loud music and the over the top dancing. To be able to sit down and have a conversation, to be able to sit down and drink that. You can. You can.
I know that.
I'm talking as far as the ambiance. You can step outside, step to the deck.
I know.
But if I go to Barcodes for a brunch, and the music is super loud.
Not too much of Barcode. Not too much of Barcode.
No, but that was just my first experience. I've only been once. I will say that.
Okay.
But
so this is a true story.
Yes. Barcode hurts your ears with music.
I was there at a brunch. It was a Sunday. It was at 11 o'clock, and I could not talk to the person next to me.
Okay.
And we had to look at our messages. But we're yelling at each other across the table. So, like you can't.
Oh yeah.
Conversation with music is loud.
We've adjusted the music since.
And the world thanks God.
I've actually I had a complaint myself that if I'm sitting across from Mel and we were actually having a conversation, I was like, well, God damn, I can't even hear what he's saying. Hey man, turn the music down. You know what I'm saying? So that's been adjusted. You know what I'm saying? I think as far as going back to my man's question is that a lot of people shy away from the live music because it's not a money grab. Like if you're coming to live music,
nightlife is very weird now. Men are weird. Women is weird. There's so many things about nightlife that's so different right now.
And that's it.
You have to take your people with you, have a good time. You can't just walk into a good time anymore.
Because if you want to enjoy live music,
women aren't the same anymore in the clubs, and men are not the same anymore in the clubs at all.
Like the venue, you know what I'm saying? They don't have live music a lot because it's not a money grab. And the people, the live music bands per se, they charge a lot. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm paying you.
So what's different than a 3-hour limit than the other person getting moved and the person sitting there watching the live music?
What you mean? I'm sorry.
You said before somebody got a 3-hour limit and you get them out because they're not spending no money. So what's the difference between them and live music?
Because during that 3-hour limit, those people are ordering drinks, those people are ordering food, those people are ordering hookahs, those people are ordering towels. When it comes to live music, the audience, they're not like drinkers like that. You know, you might get somebody who get one glass of wine, they might order a meal. You gonna spend what, $30? But I know that if we turn it up, that 3-hour limit table,
that's one shot.
They're gonna want to party. They're ordering drinks, they're ordering hookah, they're ordering appetizers for the table because they're celebrating somebody's birthday. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna do that with a live band.
A comment that came in said that
Yeah, it's a chill vibe. They ain't doing too much.
You still want to make some money.
Yeah, and the club still wants to make money. You know
a comment you had come in said that
you got hold on.
So back to both of their comments, I kind of think like if you going to
I'm gonna get you to one. Hold on one second.
Right? Same thing as if you going to brunch at room service, you know what you're gonna get.
But she didn't know she was gonna get.
Okay, I understand that. Now she know. Not just you. Not just you. I'm just saying in general, right? Same thing is when you go to brunch at Halls on a Sunday.
Yeah.
You're going where you're going to get what you need, right? Same thing as the live band, right? You got people who all they want to hear is live band, right? So guess what? They're on social media. They're on Eventbrite trying to figure out where the live band's at. I like live bands. I know where I can go.
Lil Rob, they already done talked about you at the loft throwing somebody down the stairs on behalf of Mike. Kevin.
Because that's what I like, right? I mean, of course, they have to promote it, but because that's what I like, that's what I seek out, right? If I want a lit brunch, I know what to seek out. You feel me? If I want something calm, cool, and collective, you know, I want to seek that out as well. So as much as it's on the promoter, it's on the consumer as well, as far as like where you're going to go spend your money.
Exactly.
So you're saying do your research?
You got to.
Is that what you're saying?
Do
your research.
Tawana said that nightlife in Columbia got weird. She said it became a fashion show where everyone stands around and just looks at each other now.
Agreed. Yeah. But I mean, people was interacting in though, Flake. People were interacting there. It was always a fashion show, but people were interacting, man. It's like dudes just come in, get their drink, stand against the wall. You know, guys aren't going to the girls anymore. They just see them on Facebook, say that's her, and then they go to the DM.
But we're also not as easy to go to nowadays.
Who?
It's not easy just to come to us.
Who?
I'm glad you said it.
Who?
It's not easy to go to a female.
It's not easy.
You can't walk up on a female and just think because we're all under the perception. If you come and talk to me, buy me a drink. And if you don't want to do that, then you're not gonna walk up on a girl.
No. I know it's not easy to talk to females now because they take the cheap way out of, like I said, DMing you instead of just going across this room, having a conversation with you, not knowing that that's the Lord. That's the Lord to actually have a personal conversation. But when people just DM you and walk across the way and wait you leave and say, I just saw you, like
that's exactly what happens. Hey, I think I
they'll
saw
stare at you all
you.
night. They'll stay in the club and look at you for 5 hours all night.
Did I just see you?
You look good tonight. Oh,
That's weird, and I will get you blocked.
it's sad. It's sad.
Creepy guy.
I've seen that.
Creepy guy.
That's
The creepy guy. That's why the guy who you think corny but has all the personality.
It's ridiculous.
That's why he ended up with that girl, or she being his home girl, and she put them on other girls. The guys is coming in and you got the $2,000 shoes, and you ordered the bottle, but you set up in the corner and you look crazy. You need that car to get that girl to talk to you.
Were those $2,000 shoes the ones that did that $2 lemon drop and split it 18 ways?
I bet they were.
I bet it was.
That's how they got the damn shoes.
He didn't already bought that bottle. He ain't got no money.
He said, look, Mom, no hands.
For real.
You don't get this women drop. You and your homegirl.
With no sugar, right, Dudley? Gotcha.
Absolutely no sugar.
I promise you.
All along though, I think the new sexy is collaboration. I think the new sexy to secure these things is to have a few groups of people, but not that same group doing it too often. If it's 5 groups and every 2 months each group is throwing something and able to funnel that around, I think it becomes a successful plan for everybody who's in the nightlife. So collaboration is the new sexy. And I don't know. I mean, I honestly rather spend my time at a house party these days.
It sounds like you're forgetting about the people that are coming up, though. You have to remember, we were once them.
Right.
We were once them. We were once at that point where we couldn't get into the grown and sexy shit. So you still can't forget about them.
They had water gun fights and have a good time.
What was the joint on River Drive? Next to the grill. Oh, the grill. Oh, the grill, man. No matter what club you went to, the grill was the spot. What was the spot? What was the name? Sunset.
Yeah.
Remember, we thought it was church people that went in there.
I remember I went in there.
Oh, it was?
Church people went to the club?
No. That's true too. They were in the parking lot, but people, they were dressed as such.
I remember I went in there and bought an OE. 40 ounce.
What?
An OE.
They were set up. Yeah.
And I bought it just cause. I absolutely did.
Yo, so I wasn't even drinking on Sunset.
Oh, bro, I was like, oh man, they 740 ounces in here. Like, what the fuck?
I hope tonight y'all really, because even though like in here wise, we've had people come in and out at the bar and come in and out here, and we ran way beyond our time because it's almost 9 o'clock. I won't lie to y'all. At any point, 20 to 25 people were joining in online, and normally they're commenting back and forth. Honestly, today everybody was just listening. And I think that club owners, bartenders, waitresses, and customers learn we all play a role in the decline because we are taking the money out of our city, which is also taking the jobs out of our city and also making our neighborhoods go down and have empty buildings. Club promoters, club owners, it's great that you got your business. It's great that you got your money. But if you want to keep your money up, you're going to have to, like you said, take that you're making and invest it back into the business that you're doing so that you upgrade and elevate what we have, because all of us are leaving to different places looking for an experience. And if we can take that money and put $1,000 in Charlotte and Atlanta and all that, we can do the same thing here. And maybe they'll fix Hardscrabble Road a little faster, but
no, listen, I'm not to cut you off, Chris.
Ain't nobody
when
on here.
you go to, let me give you an example. At one particular time, you and I talked about this. It was 3 urban clubs on the same strip of 2 nights. And you and I stood in the parking lot like, bro, why don't for this particular day or every 3 months, they get together and they have this block party.
Absolutely.
Everybody have a certain special. Everybody got the same drink specials, but the food specials, that's what's going to separate us. But
we appreciate y'all chiming in tonight. In a couple minutes, I'm going to wrap this thing on up.
When you go to 5 points,
but we really hope that everyone enjoyed tonight. And sometime this weekend, you're going to enjoy a good day in Columbia.
And we're trying to trap everybody down here. So it might be your Philly cheesesteak to keep me. It may be the pizza that keep him, but we're here. But everybody in the urban nightlife just feels like, no, I can't look out for him or he's making so much money for me. So the competition has killed it as well. And I think collaboration is what's going on. And then the promoters got lazy. There was some nights I could bump into you at 4 different spots and we passing our flyers. Now we just tapping buttons and that's good enough. So I don't know.
Before we wrap up, is there any one thing quickly that you want to give advice? Any advice you want to give to bartenders, customers, club promoters, owners, DJs, anyone about how we bring life back to our city?
Learn how to make a drink.
Okay. All the Google and TikTok in the world, people, learn how to make a drink.
I never went to a class, learned how to make a drink. We got Pizzo right here that will teach you a class. Teach you a class. Just learn how to make a drink and learn how to understand it's okay if that broke ass nigga don't give you a tip.
Oh, okay.
It's okay.
Kev, people said that they're gonna see you tomorrow. So we walk away with this one. Learn how to make a drink and don't trip off the tip. All right.
All right. So
go, Kev.
Me personally, I think everything boils down to, at the end of the day, customer service. If you don't have good customer service, that's going to run your business.
Yeah, TP, we got to stop dancing with each other. We're going to start dancing with these men. It don't make any sense that women just dancing with each other. They on little bubbles.
Security at the door, that goes.
It's too many situationships and shit going on.
It takes you a long way. And if you don't have proper customer service, your establishment is going to run down.
That's true. I'm going to pick back off Dudley again. Customer service, and like Chris said, and they said earlier, reinvesting in your business, and that's not necessarily the building. That's your staff, that's your equipment, that's your apparel as well, and that's your slowly investment. But tomorrow night we're going to see my bro right here for his birthday. We're going to be at Barcode. We're going to have Thursdays. We're going to turn up, and we get him 2,000 limit drops. It's going to cost him like $15.
Next time my reservation is good.
No limit drops. No,
now listen.
Tomorrow night we're gonna be R&B Thursdays down in Barcode with my bros, Mike Knight, K Dudley's B-Day, it's the bro Greg Lloyd birthday, so we'll be out there.
Kev, there's people already in the chat telling me they'll see you tomorrow. Kev,
Right.
he is not fixing any of y'all problems. If your reservation and your food ain't right, hold that shit to Friday, okay?
Absolutely.
Good night, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful day. Kev, we appreciate y'all. Thank you, Seven, for having us tonight. We appreciate everything.